My girlfriend Clara had something hidden in a little velvet box. I knew what it was, an engagement ring, but it wasn't for me. "You're just a secretary." My first love, who was now engaged herself, had sneered at me. "Don't think you can climb that high." Clara's mother had looked right through me, like I was invisible. "Marriage should be between equals," she'd said, her voice cold. "You're not good enough for our family." Yeah, Clara's family had a few $100 million, which was a lot. But my family, we had billions. It wasn't even a competition. I turned away from the scene unfolding in front of me and pulled out my phone. I made a quick call. "Dad," I said, "that small company acquisition we talked about, I want you to hand it over to me." I'd found the ring a month ago, tucked away in Clara's drawer. I'd pretended not to see it, though. I'd kept the surprise locked in my heart, waiting for the day Clara would get down on one knee for me. But right now, Clara was holding up the ring, her face full of what looked like genuine emotion. A small cheer went up from the people around us. "I want to marry you, Mark," Clara said, her voice clear. "Mark? My name is Sam, and everyone here knows I'm Clara's secretary. For the past 3 years, when Clara's company was almost bankrupt, I'd been there. I'd worked day and night, closing deal after deal, pulling her company back from the brink. Then, 6 months ago, it finally went public in Hong Kong. Clara had told me, "Sam, just hold on. Once the company goes public, I'll tell the world that you, Sam, are my fiancé. We'll have a huge wedding." I'd been so happy back then. Now I wondered if it had all been lies. I laughed. I actually laughed out loud at how stupid I'd been. For all the years I'd loved Clara, she'd just been using me. Clara slipped the ring onto Mark's finger. They hugged, surrounded by the clapping crowd. Mark looked at me, a smug grin spreading across his face. He looked like he'd just won something big. Clara let go of Mark and slowly turned to look at me. The smile on her face disappeared, replaced by a serious expression. This was the woman I'd loved for 3 years. And even now, she couldn't bring herself to talk to me directly. But Mark could. He walked over to me, holding a glass of wine. He gestured with it. "Sam, nice to meet you. I'm Mark." I didn't say anything. Mark smiled gently. "Clara's told me all about your help over the years. She's very grateful." He paused. "So, how much money do you want?" That made me laugh again. Money? Could she even afford what I was about to do? Mark grabbed another glass of wine from a nearby table and handed it to me. "Have a drink. Consider it a congratulations gift for us. Ignorance is bliss, right?" Mark's cluelessness was almost funny. Maybe he saw the contempt in my eyes. His victorious expression faltered for the first time. People who feel guilty often get defensive. Mark stepped closer and leaned in, whispering in a voice only I could hear. "Sam, I know how you feel about Clara, but you're just a secretary. Don't even think about trying to reach for something that's not for you." Clara's parents joined us. Her mother started with her usual condescending tone. "Sam, you see now? Someone worthy of Clara has finally come back. Even if Mark hadn't returned, I would never have allowed someone like you to marry into our family. You have to understand, class is something you just can't overcome. Reach for the stars? Class difference? Their family's few $100 million?" I chuckled softly. "All right," I said. "Then you'd better hold on to that high branch and that gap of yours. After all, I'm capable of keeping you up there, and I'm also capable of bringing you all crashing down." I saw Clara again the next morning at the company meeting. She was clearly avoiding me, not even looking my way. Everyone was seated, and the meeting started. Usually I'd be the one taking notes, but today I stayed put. I clapped my hands lightly to get everyone's attention. "Folks, I have an announcement." I paused. "I'm resigning from my position as executive secretary. Here's my resignation letter." I placed the letter on the table. Shocked faces stared back at me. "In these 3 years, thank you all for your support. We'll meet again someday." With that, I walked out without giving Clara another glance, I heard someone say, President, Secretary Sam has contributed so much to the company these past 3 years. Without Sam, the company wouldn't have gone public so quickly. What's going on? Clara chased after me, slightly out of breath. Sam, if you're quitting because of me, I'll pay you more. Whatever you want, I'll give it to you. She seemed flustered. I smirked. Why don't you just give me the company? Clara closed her eyes for a moment. I know you hate me, but Sam, business is business, and personal is personal. You've been with the company for years. Haven't I treated you well? But I'm someone who enjoys mixing personal with business, I replied. Clara paused, her calm facade slowly crumbling, her cold and ruthless look resurfaced. And do you really want to go against me? Is that a threat? I asked. I just believe our relationship shouldn't end in such a negative way, with no turning back. I owe you an explanation, and I want to be kind to you. I'll make it up to you. But Sam, we shouldn't be enemies. It won't end well for you. I listened patiently and then spoke with a smile. You do owe me, but I don't need you to pay up. I'll get it back myself. We'll meet again. I waved her off. I packed my things and left the company. I tossed the few personal items I had into a trash bin. Then, I called my dad. That acquisition of Clara's group, I'm interested. Leave it to me. I went straight to my dad's company. He was waiting for me in his office. I know everything, he said. We've warned you countless times about those people not being a match for our family. Now you see, son. I hope you won't go soft again. I won't, of course. The reason I wouldn't go soft wasn't because Clara had proposed to another man. It wasn't because I realized Clara had never loved me. It was because I realized she wasn't worthy of me. But my dad didn't seem entirely convinced. Our company plans to partner with Olivia's group. If you really want me to believe you, marry Olivia. So it was a business marriage. I agreed to it. It had huge profit potential, and I wasn't going to miss out on that. After all, now I only cared about benefits. As for Olivia, she was a businesswoman. She naturally understood the stakes. So we agreed immediately. After signing a prenuptial agreement, we registered our marriage. Leaving the registry office, marriage certificate in hand, I asked Olivia, Are you going back to the office? I want to talk about our project. We should get started ASAP. Olivia had an almost perfect face, but her personality wasn't great. She was cold, always keeping people at a distance. From getting engaged to now being married, I'd never seen her smile. Then Olivia spoke up slowly, her voice cool and emotionless. I'm on a business trip. Okay, let's talk when you're back. I opened my car door, got in, and as I buckled up, Olivia's driver had already driven off. I took my marriage certificate back to my dad's office and went straight to the chairman's office. I slapped the certificate on his desk. Got the papers? You can be at ease now? My dad nodded. How are you handling things with Clara? Before I could reply, he added, It's not time to announce your marriage to Olivia yet, but if you want to hit Clara hard, there are ways. I laughed. My dad knew me too well. I am planning to shake Clara up a bit. Already got a plan. I've built quite a network while working with Clara these past 3 years. I'm going to slowly reclaim those connections. Right now, I'm thinking of starting my own company to compete with Clara. No rush to acquire anything yet. My dad nodded. I trust you. I can still hold things down at the company here. You can play for a few more years. Thanks, Dad. No acquisitions right now. Just starting a company to compete with Clara, grabbing some market share. Yep, just playing around. I put the word out about starting my own company, and soon enough, Clara's side heard about it. Honestly, I didn't care much about the downgraded circles. It was just a game. But Clara's friends thought I was overestimating myself. When Leo found out I'd gotten married, he was eager to meet me. So he asked me to go to a bar for a drink. You and Olivia just got married like that. That's crazy. I can't handle this. Leo was the spoiled youngest in his family, never having to run the business, just spending money left and right. He always said he would marry the love of his life and have a grand, dreamy forest wedding, live-streamed worldwide. Actually, Olivia and I are a perfect match. There's no one else who fits us better. Handsome couple, equal skills, mutual benefits. Who says we're not a good match? That's when Clara's friend showed up with a girl in his arms, not the same one I'd seen a couple of days ago. He saw me, let go of the girl, and sat next to me. Isn't this our great secretary, Sam? Impressive, you quit your job. A real stand-up guy. I raised my glass to him. Thanks for the compliment. He paused, then laughed. Sam, did you think I was complimenting you? Nope. I heard you're starting a company. Haha, trying to take Clara on? Have you drunk too much? Alcohol poisoning maybe, or what? I've never seen anyone as overconfident as you. I hear Clara and Mark are back together, even engaged. You're sad, you're upset. Tisk tisk. Guess you're a pitiful little thing now. How about this? You treat me well, and I'll help you plead with Clara. Maybe she'll give you a way out. What do you say? I picked up a champagne bottle and shook it. You're as wild as ever, just a bit foul-mouthed here. Let me do you a favor and clean that up for free today. With a pop, the champagne cork flew out, spraying a stream of it right at Leo. He was caught off guard, soaked all over. I dropped the bottle and put my foot on Leo's chest, the heel of my shoe pressing down just a bit. So, how do you like it? Want another bottle? Sam's got money. You can have as much as you want. Leo wiped his face, giving me a hateful glare. Sam, don't get cocky. With Clara backing you, you didn't know your limits. Fine. But now you don't have that protection. The money you made with Clara isn't enough to show off in front of me. Just wait. I'll show you what class and capital are about. Don't say I bullied you then. I lifted my foot. Sure, I'm all eyes and ears, waiting for you to show me what capital means. Leo got up and left, still looking like he owned the world. Ridiculous. My dad always taught me to be low-key. With our family's billion-dollar assets, I've never bragged about it. Why do these few billion capitalists like to show off so much? Leo is one, Clara too. I shook my head with a smile, then turned to the young guy who'd come in with Leo. Stay away from him. Too dirty. The girl walked over, looking at me with admiration. You were amazing just now. Tall and handsome. Can I add you on Instagram? Leo laughed and wrapped his arm around me. No way, he's mine. The young guy smiled sweetly. All right, Sam. I'll listen to you and stay away from him. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, I waved. Doing a good deed starts with me. Leo probably went complaining to Clara because soon I got a call from her. Don't take Leo's words to heart. I've talked to him. He won't do anything to you. Sam, starting a company isn't wise. Oh, not wise? So what? I'm just doing this for fun. Thanks for your advice, boss. Wise or not, I'd decide for myself. Clara was silent for a moment. Sam, I'll say this one last time. I don't want us to be enemies, but I won't hold back. I'm looking forward to it. I hung up, fully aware that Clara wasn't bluffing. She'd back up her harsh words with action. She was ruthless, so I wouldn't hesitate to be even more so. Busy with new company stuff, I kind of forgot about getting married until half a month later, when Olivia called to ask where I was. I'm home, haven't been out much, really been too busy. Mike's been complaining about it. Mike was a friend of Olivia's. Olivia's steady, calm voice came through the phone. I'm home too, and I don't see you. What's that supposed to mean? I'm home right now. Don't try to fish for information. Rest assured, I've got this under control. Are you here for something else, Olivia? Which home are you at, Olivia? Of course, my home. Wait a sec, right? Olivia and I had a new place, her villa. It was finished a long time ago, but nobody had really lived in it. She'd even given me the keys. But as soon as we'd registered our marriage, she'd left for a business trip. So I'd been staying at my own home. Suddenly having another home was a bit weird for me. It's late today. I'll head over tomorrow. All right, Olivia agreed without hesitation. The next day after breakfast, I got busy with work. The early stages of a company are hectic, especially when you want to do everything yourself. I was so busy I felt like I was spinning in circles. I kept at it till after 6, dragged my tired body home, and collapsed onto the couch. My mom came downstairs. She spun around to show off her new dress design. "Sam, do you like it?" "Yeah, it's great." I stood up. "Mom, it's really nice." She beamed. "You have one too. It's in your closet. Go try it on." So, I went straight upstairs to my closet. Got to admit, it looked pretty good on me. Made me fall in love with myself a bit. Just then, my phone rang. It was Olivia. Oops, I remembered something and quickly grabbed my keys to leave. "Mom, I gotta go." She caught up with me. "Where are you going?" "Home." "This isn't your home." I turned back. "Mom, I'm married now." "Oh," she said. "Olivia's back then." I nodded. Guess I'd inherited my mom's scatterbrain. When I got to the new home, a servant said Olivia was in the study. I hesitated at the door before knocking and walking in. Olivia looked up from her documents. For some reason, she seemed to light up a bit, or maybe I imagined it. I opened my mouth, feeling a bit dry, and said, "I've been really busy lately. Sometimes I come back late. You don't have to wait up for me." "'Kay," she said, looking down. I was about to leave when Olivia added, "I was just asking if you're coming back for dinner." "Oh, okay." I nodded, paused for a second, then added, "All right then, I'll let you get back to it." "Okay." I rushed out before I froze to death. Standing in the hallway, I felt lost. Where was my room? Would asking someone be too embarrassing? Then I heard a quiet noise behind me. I turned to see Olivia coming out of the study. Kinda surprising. She was a workaholic by nature. Olivia seemed a bit surprised too. Need something? I fumbled a bit, then decided to just ask, "Where do I stay?" Olivia's silence made me feel like I'd messed up. "All right," I admitted. "I've been crashing at my parents' recently." Olivia went over and pointed to a room. "Here." I quickly followed her over. Olivia added, "There's a closet next door." "Thanks." Yep, this felt less like a marriage and more like living with a stranger. But that's okay. Just think of it as a team-up. But this partner, despite being icy cold, seemed mindful. After dinner, I went to soak in the tub. I came out to see Olivia in the living room, laptop on her lap. Guess she was staying over too. Weirdly domestic. I glanced at my robe, tucking it snugly, and walked over. "I'm done with the bath. You can go now." "All right," sounded more like "go die" to me. I repeated, "Take a bath." Olivia paused, glanced at me, then her computer, and nodded. She closed her laptop and headed to the bathroom. Did she misunderstand? I just wanted to sound nicer, that's all. I wasn't in a hurry or anything. I shut my eyes in frustration. Olivia came out a bit later in pajamas. I was lying on one side of the bed, chatting with Leo. "Leo, think you guys will spark some romance tonight?" "How would I know?" I ignored Leo, locked my phone, and set it aside. I awkwardly pulled a smile towards Olivia, my first time realizing my smile could be so stiff. Olivia got in bed. Her presence ramped up my anxiety to heart-pounding speeds. Should be fine, though. Olivia was so cool and reserved. No way anything would happen. That thought oddly comforted me. Suddenly, Olivia's soft voice reached my ears. "Turn off the light, huh?" I hesitated. "No, I'm not sleepy." "All right," she replied. Why was she moving over? Oh, that wasn't what I meant. Next morning, I woke up in Olivia's arms. The thought of her waking up to lock eyes made me curl my toes in embarrassment. I needed to leave. Carefully, I lifted Olivia's arm from my waist. I swear I was gentle, yet Olivia still woke up. The inevitable happened. We locked eyes. I felt a shiver of awkwardness run down my spine. I opened my mouth. I must have looked brain dead. After a pause, I found my words. "Morning." Her response was an awkward pause. My inner critic shrieked at me, tearing me apart. What was I thinking with morning? Olivia seemed just as baffled. After a moment, she added, "Morning." We reluctantly let go of each other. I hopped out of bed and darted to the bathroom. I wasn't even brushing my teeth yet when Olivia came in. We awkwardly stood there for a beat. First time married, got no practice at this. I figured as the guest I should show some manners. "You go first," she pointed at the sink. "I'm showering." "Usher." I nodded. Olivia turned away to grab a towel. Mentally, I screamed for my mom. The bathroom door was glass. Dang it, marriage sucks. Olivia went in, peeled off her clothes, and started showering. No hint of embarrassment. Totally Olivia. After the awkward men's room shuffle was over, I dressed and went downstairs. At the turn, I noticed someone on the couch waving at me. "Hey." Olivia paused, then hurried downstairs, shook hands with Mike. He informed me that Olivia and he grew up together, even studied abroad together. Inseparable, right? We even shared a wardrobe, he joked. Mike cracked me up. He finally descended to my side. Colgan asked Mike, "Why are you here?" Mike gave a cheeky grin. "Just checking when you guys are getting up. Isn't it a bit early? You two didn't tire yourself out last night, did you?" He winked. "Get lost." Olivia kicked Mike, looking annoyed. Mike quickly dropped the jokey attitude. "Sorry, I just have a big mouth, but I've got a good heart." I chuckled and said, "It's fine, just joking around." But Olivia wasn't having it. "Some jokes aren't funny. You need to know your limits." Mike nodded. I felt a bit touched, thinking that Eric never stood up for me like that in front of her friends. Once you see things clearly, everything from before can be dismissed. I was just blind to it all back then. I let out a soft laugh, realizing I was a bit lost in thought, quickly hiding the smirk. "She's the chairwoman of the company," Olivia introduced. "If you need anything, just go to her." I knew about the company already. It overlapped with Olivia's business by more than 90%. They were the industry leader. Was Olivia trying to expand my network? "Yeah, Sam," Mike said. "I heard you started your own business. If you need anything, just let me know. Don't let my carefree attitude fool you. I'm pretty competent," he said, tapping his chest. "That's awesome. I won't hold back then. Looking forward to working together," I replied. "Yeah, let's help each other out," Mike laughed loudly. Olivia kicked him again, harder this time. Around 10, I got a call from Jean, a director at Clara's company, wanting to meet. I had a feeling about what Jean wanted to say. As expected, Jean got straight to the point. "Sam, I've talked to the board, and they all want you back. Your contributions over the past 3 years haven't gone unnoticed. Let me be honest, the company needs you. We'd love for you to return. You name your conditions." Jean really cared about the company, which Clara refused to see. She still thought she was all that, even as I sensed her suppressing me. It was kind of a joke now, seeing what I'd missed before. I smirked. "Jean, you give me too much credit. I'm just a secretary. The company doesn't need me more than a fish needs a bicycle." Jean's expression grew serious. "I know you've started a business. You're talented, but working solo isn't easy. I get that you're ambitious, but coming back is a win-win." "I'm not coming back," I said firmly. Jean paused, nodding. "All right, maybe I'm just getting old and can't keep up. Clara put Mark in the company now, giving him important roles. It's a huge mistake. And now you won't come back either." He sighed. "Wait, what?" I felt anger slowly rise. Clara brought Mark into the family business now? How bold. They were both on my checklist now. My dad just handed me a 32-story building. That was over the top. "Dad, I just started the company. I only need a small place," I said. "Small? Well, buy one then." Dad thought for a moment. That evening I called Leo to help me pick a location. After hanging up, Olivia's voice caught me. "You want a smaller place?" "Yeah, just starting out, don't need much space," I said. "Got any suggestions?" "No, but I do have a small place. Want to check it out?" Olivia asked. "Sure," I nodded. "How does Olivia have a small place?" The next day I found out. Compared to the massive buildings from my dad, it was smaller. Only 7 stories. Olivia led me in. It was all new. Everything I needed was already there. Happy with it? Olivia asked. Yeah, this saves me a lot of hassle. You're really selling it. Won't you miss it? It looks like you put a lot of love into this place. Olivia glanced around. Yeah, I bought this the year I graduated high school. It was my first company. It holds memories. I was a bit surprised. It's a pretty special place. Are you sure you want to sell it? If I didn't, I wouldn't ask, Olivia said quietly. I kind of understood. If it were me, I'd feel the same about such a meaningful place. But why bring me here? Olivia, so I'm giving it to you, she interrupted. For free? I asked, surprised. Well, Olivia raised an eyebrow, a hint of something in her usually calm demeanor that I couldn't quite read. I laughed. So, you do trades without profit, huh? Olivia said with a meaningful look. I'll get my returns. True, it's like setting a trap with long bait lines. On opening day, Clara sent a flower basket, too. Did she think she was being generous? I just had her flowers thrown out. To me, that wasn't generosity. It was bad luck. Olivia's basket, on the other hand, looked nice. Mike showed up, too. Sam, congrats. Remember, if you need help, just ask. We're all in this together, sharing resources. Don't worry, I won't be shy, I said, giving Mike's shoulder a pat. I'd really come to like this kid. After the ribbon cutting, I showed everyone around inside. My parents and Olivia didn't come. Olivia didn't come because we weren't publicly together yet. Marrying someone of her status could bring us quite the advantages, not to mention a bump in stock prices. Can't just go throwing it out there. Gotta make the most out of this info. Use everything to its full potential, right? My dad didn't come because I didn't invite him. I was chilling with Tina right now, playing games. Once she joined the game, it was over though. No fun anymore. Later, I had this dinner thing, inviting some old pals from my circle. Of course Leo was on the list, and Mike was here too. I was chatting with Mike, then Leo poked me, nodding towards the door. It was Clara and Mark. I'd invited Clara, wanting to be a bit magnanimous. I greeted them with a smile. Hey, welcome. Sorry if I'm not being the best host, it's crowded. Clara glanced around. Yeah, it's quite packed. It's your edge, networking strong. I just smiled. How come I've never seen these people before? Mark whispered. I chuckled. Of course you haven't. These are her real circle. Hardly ever shows your little group. Hasn't met them, has she? Mike sauntered over, standing next to me. Seeing Mike, Clara was visibly startled, eyeing me incredulously. I raised an eyebrow. No need for intros, right? You've met a few times before. Clara's expression tightened briefly, but she composed herself quickly, extending her hand to Mike. Hi, Mike. Mike slowly stretched his hand, almost shaking Clara's, then scratched his head. Who are you again? Have we met? I clearly saw Clara's eye twitch. Mike patted my shoulder, then, realizing from my look, pulled back and went off to help with the guests with a knowing look. Clara stepped forward. When did you and Mike get so chummy? It was almost like an interrogation. Seems like Clara asked what she shouldn't have. That's my personal business. Her jaw clenched, as if trying to pierce through me with her eyes. She seemed desperate. Clara's phone buzzed suddenly. She answered it. Whatever the other person said, it made Clara frown and glare at Mark. Mark froze. Got it, Clara said, hanging up. She pursed her lips before sternly asking Mark, Did you sign off on the final proposal for Project A? Mark nodded hesitantly. Yeah, I did. What's up? You didn't notice the glaring mistake in the data? Do you realize the loss you've caused the company? Mark scrambled for words. I checked everything thoroughly. How could there be a mistake? Are you accusing me of sabotaging myself? A few seconds later, Mark started to sniffle. Why are you being so harsh? I didn't do it on purpose. When they returned, Mark's eyes were red. Seeing me, Mark quickly looked down. Clara paused, wanting to speak but holding back. I smiled slightly. If there's anything lacking in my hospitality, let me know. No need to argue, all right? Clara's face turned dark. I need to go, she said, taking Mark with her. Gee, no wonder Jean approached me. If things kept going like this, I wouldn't even need to make a move. Clara's company was destined to collapse eventually. Hey, Sam. Why'd they take off? Mike asked in a low voice. I gave a little smile. Internal issues. Mike had a smug look. Wow, not long after you leave, they start having problems. Seems like they don't need you to bring them down. They're doing just fine self-destructing. Guess even Mike knew about my history with Clara. I wondered how much Olivia was aware of. I dragged Mike out to the balcony. So you know about me and Clara? Mike replied casually. Yep. I gulped, pressing for more. How much? Mike said calmly. Oh, I know everything. I haven't announced anything about me and Clara officially. How do you know? Mike squinted suspiciously. Sam, you forget our old face-offs. Even though I didn't really bother with the loss, you got me good once. But how's that connected to you and Clara? Mike paused, looking puzzled. Weren't you and Clara just boss and employee? There's something else. Crap. Did I just slip up? Mike's eyes narrowed. So, history, huh? Lovers, now enemies? My silence was a pretty loud confirmation for Mike. Suddenly, he got all animated. Thought it was just business issues between you and her. Didn't realize it was an old flame situation. Stop it. So, Olivia thinks the same too? Great. If Mike knows, Olivia can't be far behind. Those two were glued together. Mike drove me home that night. He insisted. I got the sense he couldn't wait to spill the beans to Olivia. I better butter Mike up. Once inside, I immediately got someone to serve him tea. Oh, hey, when can you come over for dinner? I'll personally cook. Mike looked surprised. You cook, Sam? Stop calling me by name, just call me Sam. I grinned warmly. From now on, I'll call you bro. Mike glanced behind me nervously. This okay? Why not? You and Olivia are tight like siblings. We could be the same. Mike suddenly bolted up like he'd seen a ghost. I wasn't even done talking, and he was inching toward the door. Getting late, Sam. I should get going, he said, bolting out swiftly. What the heck? I mumbled something under my breath as I turned around. I let out a loud scream. When did Olivia show up? She hadn't made a sound. You! What are you doing here? Couldn't you say something? You almost scared me to death. But what came out of my mouth was, hey there. Right after I said it, I wished I could vanish. Sam, you're such an idiot. Why do you always lose it in front of Olivia? Did I scare you? Olivia asked casually, looking not the least bit sorry. I definitely didn't want her to feel bad, so I quickly shook my head. Olivia looked at me coldly. Really? Because it seemed like you were saying nonsense. I was thinking fast, but couldn't figure out what nonsense I'd supposedly said. But I knew she was in a bad mood. I'll head upstairs then, I suggested. You should rest early. Don't overwork yourself. Olivia's eyes flickered. What did you call me? I paused, not quite grasping how messed up my brain was. Her. Olivia nodded and repeated the word. I think you've been really scared silly, she said, then turned and headed upstairs, leaving me with only her cold shoulders. What's her problem? She's in a mood and I get the brunt of it. Seriously? I grumbled to myself as I went upstairs. Olivia wasn't in the room. Perfect. I'm rebelling tonight, not cooperating with her. In the middle of the night, I drifted off to sleep, clutching my face that was puffed up from our argument. In the morning, all my bottled-up grievances surfaced. Olivia, you take your anger out on me after someone else ticks you off, I complained. It took a while before she finally replied. I haven't been ticked off by anyone outside. I was puzzled, turning to look at her. Olivia, who outside would dare tick you off? My first guess was Mike, his sharp tongue likely to annoy anyone in a matter of minutes. Darn, he certainly got me in trouble. I had to get something out of him to make up for my wounded pride. But Mike wouldn't admit it. No way. Clara wouldn't dare get mad at me, he boasted. You think you should say that in front of me? I retorted. Speak of the devil, I said as Olivia called me. Mike chuckled, showing me his phone as he answered the call right in front of me. Yeah, now. All right, I'll be right over, he said before hanging up. Olivia needs me urgently. Catch you later. Watching him leave offered me a moment of contemplation. Had I somehow disrupted the bond between him and Olivia? I returned to work with this thought, but soon lost it in the bustle. There were interviews to conduct, and it was a busy day. At 6, Olivia called. You free tonight? She asked. I only had some minor tasks left, so I said, yeah, I've got time. She just said, okay, I'll come get you. Fine. I hung up, but wondered why Olivia was picking me up. About 20 minutes later, her call came again. She was downstairs. I grabbed my stuff and went down. Just as I settled in the car, Olivia handed me a bouquet of red roses. My mind went blank, looking at Olivia in disbelief. Are you trying to court me? I blurted. The driver said nothing, and the car was eerily quiet. In this strange atmosphere, a red flush bloomed across Olivia's lovely face. Seeing Olivia blush was like discovering a new continent. I couldn't take my eyes off her. Was I the first to ever make Olivia shy? I suspected she'd kill me for this. Olivia cleared her throat to cover her embarrassment and stared into my eyes. Yes? She nodded seriously. Thunderstruck, my brain went blank. Still looking at Olivia, she seemed so adorable. Only I got to see this cute side of hers, and I couldn't help but chuckle. Olivia frowned a bit. What's funny? Isn't this how courting works? Mike said so. She went to Mike for advice today? Makes sense. Olivia wouldn't know how to woo someone. No, I assure you. Sensing her self-doubt, I quickly clarified. I'm not laughing at the idea. I accepted the flowers. This is indeed the right process, so where are we headed next? Olivia, ever serious and always stoic, replied, Dinner, then a movie. A dinner and movie date with someone as serious as Olivia? Just imagining it made me burst into laughter, not because it was laughable, but because it was just too endearing. I nodded. Okay. As the driver started the engine, Olivia went silent. I turned toward her. She noticed and met my gaze, questioning with her eyes if I wanted to say something. I cleared my throat. Olivia, can I ask you a very personal question? Olivia glanced at the driver. What was her mind going with that look? What? She asked. Have you ever dated anyone? No? Is it because you've never met someone you liked? Kinda. Olivia paused. Also, I've been too busy. Makes sense, she was always hustling. So, when we got married, did you really see it as just another business deal? With our family statuses and power, our marriage was like a 1 + 1 = 4 scenario. When my dad suggested marrying Olivia, I agreed right away, focusing solely on business. I thought Olivia felt the same way back then. She confirmed, at first, yes. I leaned in closer, and now Olivia froze, blushing as the warmth spread even to her ears. Olivia was really cute, huh? I kind of wanted to pet her. Olivia shot another glance at the driver. She sounded a bit awkward. I gave you flowers, so you like me, huh? I still had tons of questions, but the driver was here. Olivia might be shy to answer. I'd wait till we were home to ask. Olivia chose her own restaurant for dinner, super private. She also booked the back corner seats for the movie. I think even if she liked me, she's got lots on her mind, like waiting for the perfect time to go public with us, maximize the benefits of this alliance. Suddenly, I felt a bit down. But Sam, what the heck were you even expecting? When you start expecting, that's when you lose. I'd lost once before. I wasn't letting it happen again. I'd keep my marriage on track, especially now Olivia liked me. But no way was I putting everything into it like before. I put my heart into work. The company was doing all right. Not like Clara Group, but it was getting there. During the pandemic, I'd become pretty content. I also had strong connections, snatching big projects from Clara. Finally, Clara couldn't take it anymore. At a business dinner, she pulled me aside, practically demanding, "Sam, you're getting back at me, aren't you?" I just laughed. Wasn't it obvious? Clara hadn't expected me to admit it so quickly. She paused, then suddenly started laughing, looking all smug. "You hate me, Sam. You must hate me." I tilted my head, smiling at her. Clara stepped closer, whispering in my ear, "You know why you hate me. Because you still love me, Sam. There's no hate without love." She was ruthless. If she was right, her words would cut into me like a knife. "Clara, you're tough, but I'm tougher." She was way off base, though. I met Clara's smug gaze head-on. "You know what I feel when I see you, Clara? Like a fly? Do you like flies?" I smirked. "I don't hate you. I just find you annoying and regret ever liking you." Clara's face dropped, and she wasn't giving up. She leaned in to kiss me. I turned away, letting her kiss the air. Then came a breaking voice. "Clara, what are you doing?" We both turned to see Mark not far off. He was in a silver-white suit, looking sharp and poised, the type that women want to protect with their lives. Clara let go of me, glanced at me one last time, and walked over to him, saying quietly, "It's nothing. Let's go." Mark had this way about him. No fuss, just followed her lead. They headed to the ballroom door, with Mark casting me a sidelong look. I felt a surge of nausea, disgusted by Clara. I got a call from Mark later. Didn't surprise me at all. In the cafe, we sat facing each other. Mark had that cool, untouchable vibe going for him. "Man, Clara and I are getting hitched." I raised an eyebrow. "Congrats, man." Mark chuckled lightly. "You don't have to pretend. I know you're jealous. You still like Clara, but she's marrying me." His smile faded as he glanced out the window. "Maybe you think Clara doesn't love me that much, but she's still choosing to marry me. That's people for you, always driven by gain." He turned back to me with a bit of triumph. "Because of me, her family gets help. Blame your humble beginnings, Sam. Without a strong family backing, she won't choose you." He paused. "I'm here just to say what happened last night. Let's not do it again. Sam, you're no match for me. Sure, you're quite handsome, but your background will always keep you from being my rival. I don't want to hurt you, so don't push me. We might be in law-abiding times, but my family can still make life unbearable for anyone. Watch yourself." With that, Mark left. As I replayed his words in my mind, it got funnier each time. I had a good laugh, took a deep breath, and left. Just as I got in the car, Clara called. She said she needed to talk. I was getting fed up. They'd wasted my entire day. My time was precious, you know. But something told me Clara and I wouldn't be completely cut off for life. I needed to see how things panned out for her personally, so I agreed to meet. She wanted to meet halfway up the hill, surrounded by lush trees, typical for this season, with the wide road behind where cars occasionally whizzed by. Clara stared ahead and slowly spoke. "Mark and I are getting married." "Yeah, your future hubby already told me," I replied. Clara turned to me. "But you know what, Sam? I just realized I love you." What the heck? I looked at her like she was nuts. Honestly, in Clara's eyes, I'd probably looked surprised and smitten. She actually said, "If you're okay with it, we can still be together, but I can't give you marriage." She gave this soft smile, kind of gentle, saying we could even have kids together. "Don't worry, I'd treat your kid with Mark just like ours. I'd even treat ours better. I can give him everything, just not the title." Clara looked at me like she was throwing me a bone. "So, there you have it, my truth." "Anything you want to say?" "Clara, you're smart. Crossing the class divide is tough. But with me, you'd be in high society. I'm not the old me, you know that. I can give you everything except marriage." She got more excited and grabbed my shoulders. "Isn't that enough?" I smirked, motioned her to come closer. She smiled, leaned in for a kiss. Smack! I slapped her hard across the face. It was loud. Clara was stunned, then furious, then really. You want to marry me? That's never gonna happen. But like I said, you can have everything Mark has and more. I know I owe you, and I want to make it up to you. What else do you want, fool? I walked out and drove away. Shouldn't have come. Gross, Clara. Her words just trashed her dignity. Didn't want to see her again or think about revenge. Same with Mark. Just hoped she figured it out. But I did see them again. Got invited to the Solid dinner, top tier, by an academic society. Thanks to my parents. Good networking chance, of course. I went. Got there, and instantly saw Clara and Mark. They were surprised. Sam, what are you doing here? They ignored me and walked in. Mark chuckled behind me, a sidekick's laugh. These events always have one big shot. Everyone else falls in line. I grabbed my invite and went in. It was packed already. Right away, this total powerhouse woman came up. Mr. Sam, welcome. Today's all for you. We've been waiting. I smiled politely. Mark was right. There's usually just one top-tier person. None of that drama from TV where equals fight it out. I was the top tier today, thanks to my parents. We'd been here before, years ago. This time I came alone. Look, Mom, all grown up. I sat down, and in walked Clara and Mark, cozy, introducing themselves around. When they got to me, they skipped right over and introduced themselves to the Queen, who was supposed to be next to me. Queen Wendy frowned, glanced at their invites. Who invited you? Clara and Mark hesitated. Mark spoke first. It was from the dinner committee. Wendy nodded. Okay, sit over there. They glanced at me but settled in their corner. They'd only dare act up with me, honestly. Soon people started snapping pics. I was in the main spot until Mark pulled me up. Not rough, though, just acting all friendly. Sam, you sit over there. Wendy stared, shocked. What did you say? Mark maintained his fake politeness. Sorry, Sam's new to this. Doesn't know the rules. Why are you in the center? Clara looked embarrassed on my behalf, sighing. Where'd you get your invite? Sam, don't cause a scene. Leave. Their cluelessness was unbelievable. Everyone treated me with respect, and they didn't even see it. The murmurs started around us. Who are they? Never seen them before. We should get them out. Security! Clara, thinking she was in the right, grabbed my arm to pull me away. Come back later. What are you doing? Wendy demanded. Clara apologized. Sorry, I'll take him out. Wendy brushed Clara's hand aside. Sam is my respected guest. Who are you to take him? Clara froze, confused. Wendy didn't waste more words, had security show them out. Then someone piped up. Aren't they friends with Sam? Think anyone can just be friends with Sam? Several people came to comfort me. Sam, don't be mad. Let's keep going. What a bummer. You two get out of here. Wendy yelled angrily. Even her good temper was pushed to the limit. Get out, security. How embarrassing. Where did these two beggars come from begging at our dinner? It must have been a fake invitation, right? In the end, amidst the mocking laughter, Clara and Mark were escorted out by security. I invested in a few small companies at the event. As for Clara, I think I should speed up the acquisition process. It's no fun now that they know who I am. The next day, Clara called me. Her voice was noticeably more respectful, at least not as arrogant and spiteful. Sam, can we meet? I chuckled. Sure. I wanted to see how far she was willing to go. Clara was the type who was tough on others, and on herself, too. The moment we met, she apologized. I'm sorry, I was wrong before. Sam, I've called off my engagement with Mark. Can you give me another chance? Clara gazed at me with deep emotion. I really love you. I told you that back then, I didn't know who you really were. It's not because of your status that I love you. Then you can feel my sincerity, right? I waved her off. Hold on. I feel nauseous, like I might puke. Clara, the reason I came to see you today is to say I'm interested in acquiring your company. Prepare for that, because I'm not interested in anything else. As I turned to leave, Clara grabbed me, hugging me tightly. "I'm not letting you go. I lost you once, and I won't again." I pushed her away. "Clara, right now this is a peaceful acquisition. If you pull another stunt, just wait. There won't be any good outcome for you." Clara didn't try anything else. I left. I never would have guessed it, but somehow a story about me and Clara ended up in the news. Olivia saw it too. She held up the photo and asked me, "Is she your ex?" I shook my head quickly. "No." Olivia looked icy. "Fine." I knew she didn't believe me. I did like her once, but we never dated. She kept putting me off, saying we'd be together once her company went public. But when it did, she got with someone else, and I was dumped. Olivia scoffed. "So you married me because of that?" What could I say? Back then, my only focus was my career. My dad suggested I marry you, so I agreed straight away. "Olivia, I swear I've had no contact with her since our wedding. You know I've been opposing her, right?" Hearing that, Olivia's expression softened just a bit. I pressed on. "Plus, I'm planning to buy her company. Haven't acted yet, just wanted to play around, just like cat and mouse, fun. But now she knows my identity, so she's not threatening me." "Do you still like her?" Olivia interrupted. I was caught off guard, shook my head a bit late. "Not at all. I haven't liked her for a long time." "You hesitated," Olivia pointed out. "Olivia, don't be difficult. What can I do for you to believe me?" Olivia took my phone. "Announce our relationship on Facebook." I was stunned. Didn't we say we'd wait for the perfect moment? "No announcement means you're still into her." I took the phone and posted directly. "For the rest of my life, I just want to share both the mundane and extraordinary with you, Olivia." "Happy now?" I handed her the phone. I swore I saw her smile a bit, but she quickly put on a serious face again. "If you feel compelled, you can delete it." I sighed and hugged her. "What do you want?" "How about this? I chase you. Deal?" Olivia really wasn't easy to pacify. No need. Olivia was indeed hard to please. But then she added, "Just say you love me." Well, maybe not that hard after all. But did I love her? Mark asked to meet. "I broke off my engagement with Clara." "I know, Clara told me," I replied. Mark smiled wryly and looked at me. "Do you think I'm stupid?" I used to be as foolish as Mark. I saw a bit of my old self in him, but there's something... Mark, I never really saw you as a rival. If I were competing for Clara, you wouldn't stand a chance. Mark nodded. "Yeah, I get that now. I was naive before. Saw you as an imaginary enemy. Sorry about that." I didn't accept Mark's apology. Frankly, I never considered him worth my notice. He didn't even deserve to apologize to me. We weren't in the same league, and I didn't need to dwell on this. "Don't contact me again. We have nothing to discuss." I stood up and left. But Mark did give me a wake-up call. I needed to cherish Olivia. I didn't want her ending up like Mark. I wanted to tell her that I wasn't with her just for convenience. I genuinely liked her, and I'd grow to like her even more in the future. But then I saw Leo in the lobby of Olivia's company. He looked surprised to see me. "What are you doing here?" The next second, he laughed. "You're here to pitch to Olivia, too. Sam, what even goes on in your head? Your tiny little company thinks it can collaborate with Olivia? You're an idiot." "So, you're here to make a deal with Olivia, too, huh?" Leo lifted his chin. "I'm different. Olivia's definitely going to partner with me." "No, Olivia's definitely not going to team up with you," I replied confidently. Leo got pissed. "What did you say? You're full of crap." I rolled my eyes. "Security, escort him out." Leo fumed. "Sam, you idiot. What gives you the right?" "Yes, sir," the security replied, leading Leo out. Leo was absolutely dumbfounded. A poor kid. Check out the news more often, will you? 1 year later, I successfully acquired Clara's company and became the new CEO. At that evening's banquet, Clara's family was there too. Clara was watching me from afar, too scared to approach. I looked over. met her mom's eyes instead. Like she'd been caught or something, Clara's mom quickly nodded, her smile more like a grimace. I raised an eyebrow, just about to walk over, when my view got blocked. It was Olivia. "See something you like?" Olivia asked coldly. My drama queen girlfriend was at it again. "No, not good-looking at all. They're all not good-looking. You're the only one who looks good." I hugged her to comfort Olivia, then said, "You love me." "All right, I love you, liar." "Seriously? Then prove it to me." Getting impatient now, Olivia. Stop being unreasonable. I said I love you, so I love you. You dare question my love? For the next 3 days, you won't be getting out of bed. Olivia can't help it. My girlfriend's a bit dramatic, so I have to play the assertive CEO type. After all, I am the real deal now, and I really do love you, Olivia. But Olivia pushed me away, pulled me outside. "Go change your shirt. Don't wear it again unless it's for me." So, what exactly did my drama queen girlfriend have against my shirt?